See, what I'm confused about is I know that my faith is real because otherwise I would not be alive today. And why am I crying? I don't know. Just maybe it's one of those days. But what I'm confused about is, for instance, there was this girl at work. She comes up to me and she says, "Do you believe that God puts you in situations or allows bad things to happen to good people or makes bad things happen to good people?" I said, "No. I don't think God makes bad things happen to good people. I think people do that to people." But as I'm reading, it says, "Let me put you in a situation where you have no other resources and really have to trust me for that provision. You see, God can allow these hardships and trials and shortfalls in our lives so that we will exercise our sometimes flabby faith muscles and step out on trust alone. We need to transfer our faith from the realm of theory to in the trenches reality." So I get that he allows us to go through trials and tests our faith. And it's just, but for how long? What confuses me is, what if there's so many people that think that they're playing God? You know, what if they're doing it all wrong? What if it was never intended to be this way? What if somebody out there trying to change the world and use me as a test subject to show the world what faith can either do or what lack of faith can do? And if that's the case, then great. You know, I believe that we all know what's happening here. But at the same time, what if it's being done wrong? What if you can only apply so much pressure to somebody for so much time? What if something has to give? Like, because what I don't understand is, if this body of people believe that they're actually believers and Christians, they'd understand that constant wrath is not love. Constant shaming people is not love. Constant throwing guilt in somebody's face is not love. Lack of compassion is not love. And that's what confused, the lines are blurred here, because my God and the God that's being pushed on me is not the same. And that's why it's hard for me to preach about what I've been through and talk about my testimony and help others, because I feel like I'm in persecution, being told to preach the word of God that is not being taught the right way to me. You get what I'm saying? So yes, I'm in my word, but then I sit here and I'm confused again, because I'm like, well, if the word says this, but people are doing this, I mean, no, I can't change the world, but I can change the people that I'm in a town, right? And I'm around people in this town, and that is my world today. And so if I were to step out in faith and say God is real and you have to trust him through all the suffering, he doesn't make you suffer, but he allows it because of our choices and our free will, then if I were to go preach that to people, but then there's a higher entity or somebody playing Jesus, making it harder while I'm already going through suffering, who is trying to make me, like, imagine if I were pushed into homelessness, right? Out on the streets with a trash bag in my hand, simply because a human being said that that was okay, but God didn't intend for it to be that way. Even if I'm only one person, but I feel like sometimes I'm against the world. And that takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength and a lot of minds to be changed about my character and who I am. And it's not all about me, but I do believe that there is somebody in my life that I met at a really young age that wanted me to change the world. And he's going about this the wrong way.